When people ask me how did it feel or what did it do to you, I can't exactly say the exact day when I started feeling the change, but it happened gradually to me. And yeah, it was life-changing. Hi, my name is Ann-Kristiina. I'm 47 years old and I'm from Norway. I'm here for my second treatment for stem cell therapy for fibromyalgia. Back in 2018, I had my youngest, and I started feeling after a couple of months he was born, I started feeling like numbness in my hands. So I went to a neurologist for a year and they did all kinds of tests with me, and I had an MRI of my head to see if there was anything. They were looking for an answer for why I was feeling what I was feeling. So I went to a second neurologist and he looked at me and he was doing some pressure tests on me, and here he's like, no, there's nothing wrong with your nerves, you got fibromyalgia. So we started looking for how could they help me with pain relief. There's no medication for fibro. You're given medicine for other conditions that didn't really have any effect for me at all. I was suffering from fatigue, and so there was really nothing that could help. So when I was vacuuming the living room, or if I was doing some housework, all of a sudden it was like the blinds just went down, so to speak, and I had to lie down. You just had instantaneous fatigue. I felt that deteriorated and bad. I couldn't get out of bed if I was hoovering. I could be in bed for 2 days. I was in a lot of pain in my hands and in my joints, and I didn't have the energy to be with my family. We have 2 young children, and I'm working full time, and I'm still young, so to speak, so I wanted to get the best out of my life as I could. So we started looking into more non-traditional medicine and what was out there. And he's listening to Joe Rogan's podcast where he was interviewing Mel Gibson, and he was telling the story about him bringing his father to the stem cell clinic here in Panama for treatment. I tried to figure out if there was anyone in Norway who had tried the treatment, but there was no one. So there was no one that I could really speak to about it, to get like their personal experience with it. So eventually what convinced me was that I woke up one morning and I was that exhausted. I just walked down the stairs to my husband and said, okay, let's book it, let's go. I can't do this anymore, it's gotta be worth a try. People are coming here from all over the world for different reasons and conditions, so there's gotta be a reason for it. Once I made the decision, I felt relieved and I was really looking forward to it. I was a bit nervous as well. From Norway, it's a long journey to come to Panama. Never been in Panama before, and I was welcomed really warm and everybody was so nice. And you just feel like, yeah, they take you like greeted with open arms and hi, what can I do for you, and how are you today? Stuff is just amazing, which also helps. And it has been life-changing for me. I got my energy back, my pain disappeared. I could go for hikes, I could play football with my kids again. Very important for me to work. I want to work 100% to help providing for my family, and I'm still doing that. So it's definitely turned my life upside down in a good way, so to speak. And we actually got married 2 years after the treatment because I was back to my good old self again. That's sort of the, pardon me, romantic side of the story. I want to do everything I can to be as healthy as I can. I owe that to my kids. They're young, they're 7 and 11, and I want them to have a mom that can play with them and take them to school and go on holidays and make them dinner. Just the small things. The feeling is, you feel like a relief and happiness, and then you're like, when I left her the last time, I was like, have I just been in Panama for stem cell treatment? And when back home, when we tell people about it that maybe don't know me that well, they're like, you did what? Stem cell treatment? Where did you hear about that? And you had to go to Panama. I can't keep it to myself. I think it's more important that people that haven't heard about it get to hear about it and hear my story, and maybe that will inspire them to try it as well, because it is life-changing, it is amazing, and yeah, I recommend it 100%.